Hey, my loves, it's Kaylin Rose, and today's verses of the day are coming from Isaiah chapter 66, verses 13 through 14. And it says, "As a mother comforts her child, so I will comfort you, and you will be comforted over Jerusalem. When you see this, your heart will rejoice, and you will flourish like grass. The hand of the Lord will be made known to his servants, but his fury will be shown to his foes." So today, God is speaking on comfort. And so when he says that, it's like after a bad day, has food, a meal, your parent asks to take you shopping, has anyone asked to take you on a date if you're in a relationship? Has anyone ever comforted you when you needed it the most? When you're just down in the dumps and someone brightens your day by bringing you your favorite coffee, your favorite candy? So God is saying on our days where we seemingly don't know what's exactly wrong, we're just having a rough day. The kind of day I'm having where you may be smiling, but on the inside, it's like something feels wrong. You feel off today. You might feel a little bit gloomy, or you just might feel irritated in your spirit, not knowing what is the cause of this irritation or this frustration. It's just not a settled spirit. And so God is saying that he knows what to do to uplift your spirit. He is always near, and he knows what we need, even when we don't know what we need. And I relate this to Romans chapter 8, verses 26 through 27, because there are seasons, weeks, or even days where we will feel uneasy. We're not always going to be a ball of joy. And we might be crying without any apparent reason in our mind, but God knows the reasons. And so Paul states this in the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. Verse 27, "And he who searches our hearts knows the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for God's people in accordance with the will of God." So I have some notes on this. And it's like, in other words, we long and wait patiently for the life we know we deserve and that we're actually promised as believers or Christians, or whatever you've been working towards. Like, even this could go for unbelievers. When you're constantly working towards something, some days you just long for the day when you will see it come into fruition, or it'll become your reality. And that's why you feel uncomfortable and unsettled in your spirit. But the good news and the promise is that God comforts us with what we need because he knows what is best for us and has already planned this season, this week, or this day as a part of the process. He's planned for these kind of days because in these days, this is where patience is built. This is why God calls us to rejoice in the fact that we will flourish like grass, as when I said in Isaiah, how Jesus said, "When you see this, your heart will rejoice and you will flourish like grass." Jesus says this because, have you ever seen grass? You know, lawnmowers got to come back every week, because if not, the grass will be tall as heights. But this is because if we're like grass, when we feel like nothing is going on, there's no movement occurring in these days like today, this is where we're growing inches by inches or centimeters by centimeters, which is huge in God's eyes. We're flourishing like grass and we don't even know it. We can't even see it and we can't even feel it. The news is God sees it. And this is all happening and going according to his will. This is a part of the process and the plan. And that's why you rejoice. It's because you're flourishing right now. Even in this season, you're flourishing. While you may think you're down and out, or you may think that you're so behind in life, you are literally exactly where God needs you to be. And that's something to be proud of. That's what God was saying to me. Be proud of yourself for still trying, still being steady and steadfast and unmovable, and still pushing forward. towards your promise or whatever you want to see happen. And the best news, of course, about is that God makes his presence known in your life, whether you're a servant or you're his foe. He makes his presence known because to us, his servants, he lets us see his good and intimate love in our everyday today. If you look for him, if you seek him, you will find him. So if you look for God in your day to day, you'll see his hand in your life. You'll see his hand in your friendships. You'll see his hand in your family. You'll see his hand even in your business or whatever you have going on. But on the opposite side, if you're against God, you hate him, or you despise his teachings or whatever he promotes, you will see his hand as well. You will see his fury, his rage, and violent acts in your life. Like, that's why some people seemingly don't know why sudden financial crisis, why difficulties or sudden injuries, sudden mishaps occur. Sometimes that's God's violent nature trying to get your attention and show his rage for you ignoring him. So you might be hospitalized out of nowhere, and sometimes that's God trying to show you his fury and his wrath for you not listening to his rebukes or warnings. So I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a blessed day and feel a little bit more comforted that even in our seasons where we can't explain what's wrong to others or ourselves and how it's deeper than what we say, God knows, and he will show his hand in your life today and comfort you in ways that are unexplainable, personal, and intimate. So I love you guys, and bye.